Libby Arthur's department uses multiple means of representation in their lesson design. She highlights a very engaging simulation.
Under multiple means of representation, we put together a laundry list of different ways the teacher can represent the lesson, giving teachers the option of a variety of formats. So for example, we have a Renaissance art slideshow, which is PowerPoint, interactive in nature, which is basically showing the different artists of the Renaissance as well as their accomplishments. We do a experiential lesson on the Protestant Reformation. For example, what we do is we tell kids that our rival high school has turned out to be better than our high school. And we cite all this data that they get more A's and their kids are smarter and this, that, and the other. And the kids will go, what? Where do you get this? And I'll say, you know, that's what the community believes. And they will go in an uproar. They'll go crazy. And then I'll say, well, you know, what's it feel like to be criticized? And they'll go, well, it doesn't feel very good. And I said, well, this is what Martin Luther did to the Catholic Church. And they'll go, oh, Mrs. Arthur, you fooled us, but now we know what it feels like to be criticized. So now can you understand how the Catholic Church reacted to Martin Luther when he posted his 95 Theses on the wall? So that would be an example of how we represent the lesson. So it's not all lecture, although there might be some lecture. It's not all PowerPoint, although there might be a PowerPoint. When we do the scientific revolution, also in this unit, we have taught them the scientific step methods. And then when they come to class the next day, we have a mystery artifact, and most students do not know what it is. And we will go through the lesson of, okay, well, science was introduced during this time period to Europe. So what would be the first step? Well, to pose a question. So what is the question with this mystery artifact? And kids will say, well, what is it? And so then the next step of the scientific method would be to pose a hypothesis. So kids will pose a hypothesis. Well, it's an ancient Incan basketball, or it's a kiwi fruit that is rotted, or something like that. And we will go through the steps, and it turns out that it is actually a hairball from a cow's stomach. And kids will go, ooh, and ah, and carry on. But again, now they have practiced the steps of the scientific method. So we do experiential lessons, and we put that all into how teachers can represent the lesson. Although, to be honest with you, it might also be how students are engaged. So we don't get real hung up on, is it truly teacher representation or is it student engagement, because we see it as both.